back, everybody. It's time. Let's get ready to rumble.
Allez le bleu.
Allez les bleus.
Allez les bleus.
Not le. This is one of the few times it's not going to be le.
This is like the first time in the history of France that something is not le. It's less.
You know what? If you say le, I won't hold it against you. And it's time for the baguettes to prove themselves against Australia's pig, Ayagers.
You know, my dream is thought that if France would make it to the offline final, that everybody who buys a ticket gets a baguette. So instead of having like those thunder sticks, everybody gets 2 baguettes, and you just start clapping the baguettes together, and it's going to be breadcrumbs flying everywhere through the entire arena.
And if France loses, they throw these breadcrumbs. That would be not so good. I guess whoever has to clean wouldn't be happy. Got a few cute tweets. Fondue Bourguignon. Oh my God!
Oh
Thank you
my
for
God.
making me hungry.
Yes, he's been living the life with sweetest meat. Still watching NationWars.
Look at all these bottles. Oh my God! I hope you didn't down these from the start of the show until
he
now.
said the
Otherwise, you probably
excitement
can't
never
even see
ends.
anymore.
Well, but your night will end very soon.
Have a few more shots, and it might end very abruptly. Friends, take my Bavarian support. Thanks to you, Wildman, for your tweets on home cinema. Oh my, that was so comfy.
Yeah, I'm always so jealous of people who can do this. You know what's the worst thing ever? If you wear contact lenses and if you can't wear a glass, or if you can't wear glasses, like people are like, wear glasses. Like, it's not that easy. For some people, glasses don't really work out. It's like, it's so nice to have a setup like that because you can watch StarCraft and fall asleep to it. But if you have contacts, then you always have to think about, like, I have to put up my contacts.
Yeah.
And then, like, the moment you put your contacts up, it's like, well, you know, I have a beautiful setup, but I can't see anything. Like, it's just one big blur. It's the worst. It's like the best and the worst thing because I can't fall asleep to it. I know. It's very sad.
So what do you expect here out of this match? If we think in terms of lineup, does France have the upper end?
Yes, for sure. France should be the favorite. I'm not sure how good Stefano is right now, but I've heard he's been practicing a little bit. And yes, it's the type of guy that will take something like this pretty serious and that he doesn't want to let his teammates down and he wants to do well for France. Liubao, of course, I think he's very good, even though he didn't have a dream run at DreamHack. I think people like criticize him a little bit unfairly because he still went 3-2 in the group. He defeated TY.
Look at Stefano. What a stallion.
And then we got good old Marine Lord. Well, he's not that old yet. I love Marine Lord. He's a great kid. His favorite victim is Bly. His nemesis is Liubao. Liubao's nemesis is life.
Yeah, I don't know if I would be too ashamed of that. They could have picked a more recent picture of Liubao as well.
Yeah. He was carrying a few extra kilograms around in those days. But it's good news for him. He lost him.
The best foreigner in 2015, but of course that was Heart of the Swarm. Now Legacy of the Void came out and some things seem to have changed, but it's going to be a good opportunity for him to try and have a good showing here as well.
Favorite victim of Stefano is Grubby. That's pretty cool. It's very old school. I remember they used to play against each other all the time.
Yeah, he beat him every single time.
Towards the end of Wings of Liberty. I think in Heart of the Swarm, Grubby was finally able to win a couple times, but in Wings of Liberty, it was just always Stefano beating Grubby. It must have been pretty frustrating. Overall, I think this is a very good team, Todd. I think the French people can be very happy with this. I mean, maybe you could say like Firecake could potentially be in it, but maybe to keep the team morale up, it's
nobody better. During NationWars too, actually, it was already a Protoss, a Zerg, and a Terran, but back then the only difference is that instead of Marine Lord, it was Daishi playing. He did a pretty good job, but I mean, Marine Lord, ever since he's had a big breakout performance in WCS, he's been by far the best French Terran. Even though Daishi right now is actually doing pretty well on the Legacy of the Void ladder, Marine Lord is just a beast himself. I'm pretty sure he's very high ranked as well on the ladder, like definitely top 10 Grandmaster.
But how many games have you truly seen of Marine Lord in Legacy of the Void post-release?
Yeah, not too many, which is a good thing for him, I think, because there is not much content to study out of him. So unless you know which is his barcode on ladder and you play against him often, which might be the case for some of his opponents. Actually, no, because it's Australia here. So the first opponent, I think we'll have very minimal information out of Marine Lord. So.
Yeah, we all know that he used to love to play a little bit of mech in TVZ in Heart of the Swarm, but of course it's a very different game. What I love most about this France team, or this French team I should say, is that it represents every single race. We've got a Protoss, we've got a Zerg, we've got a Terran. I think that's awesome. I'm going to go up against, of course, Team Australia. A couple of very familiar faces there. Of course, our good old Pig. Whenever we see Pig, we can't help ourselves but get a little excited. That's an inside joke we'll share later. And if it wasn't obvious yet, maybe you guys picked up on it.
Australia, of course, one of our team that qualified here for the tournament because we did have 4 qualifiers. They beat Japan twice in a pretty convincing fashion. 4-2 first time they played, 4-0 the second time, with an all-kill from Pig, the man himself.
But I think it's quite funny is that both Igers and NXZ have Fenner as their favorite victim. They just keep feasting on their fellow Australian streamer.
He's trying to leave the streamer alive, but they won't leave him alone. Anytime he makes the mistake of signing up for a tournament, they're right there.
Fenner is like, guys, I'm still good, signs up, and it's like Igers and NXZ like fighting with each other. It's like, I won him. Like, no.
Actually, it's funny. They all have a big smile. Not like most teams. Like, most teams, they're a bunch of sad boys. There's maybe like one guy smiling. But no, all of these three equally are very happy. They live in one of the most dangerous countries out there in terms of having wild animals that can kill you. But
the drop bears in particular.
I was thinking more spider, snakes, and all that.
You haven't heard about the drop bear?
No.
It's sick. They fall down from trees and they claw your eyes out.
God, please, don't give me nightmares. You're already like, oh my God, last time. You're the one who told me about the honey badger video. Like, please stop it. Like,
I think this is a very good team as well, though, Todd. Of course, Pig is a very good Zerg. He's been casting quite a bit over the last 5, 6, 7, 8 months, but he's still been streaming a lot again. I know he's always coaching, and I think Pig is a pretty smart player as well, so he should have a pretty good damn idea of how he wants to play Legacy. And I know that Pig is absolutely in love with the game. He's really enjoying himself, and that's very important. If you want to post good results, you gotta love what you do. I guess his play I haven't seen too much yet off in Legacy, but I'm sure he's good too. And NXZ, well, he's been in one WCS, I believe. He played in WCS America groups back then when I was not in America, so I actually didn't have the pleasure of casting him. I remember he lost, I think, against Harstem, pretty straightforward games, but in Legacy I have no idea what to expect from him, but I do know that he's a pretty good Zerg.
Yeah, he had a pretty strong showing in the qualifiers, so again, a lot of hype here going into, I guess, the Australian team, but for me the real hype is going to be about France. But without waiting any longer, I believe we've got some people on the set ready to talk to these captains and tell us more about this match. So guys,
I hope it's big.
It's I hope he has a walking mic. Guys, it's all you now.
Hello. We're actually already ready for the interview.
We're always ready.
Yeah, always. How are you guys?
I'm doing good. How are you, man?
Very good.
You're going to show us, all the English viewers, your awesome English now, man.
I will show
That's happening.
all the English viewers that I speak English like a Spain co. It's very cool.
Did you have that expression in English, actually? Speaking like a Spanish cow?
Yeah, I've heard it before. We don't say the same,
Sounds
but
good.
I've heard it, yeah.
I like it. Okay, so we are about to have France versus Australia. Everybody's so hyped up. Actually, we have the players already.
Hi, Illy. Hi, boys.
Hello.
White pig.
Hey.
Hey. The Skype connection works today.
Yeah, you sound
Oh
great.
my God.
I'm actually a little sad. I wanted him to sound like a duck again.
It was funny last time. Hey, Illy, you look cold, mate.
Cold? What do you mean?
You got a hat on. It looks chilly.
The reason is I've been practicing a lot and having exams the past week, so no time to shower. So I had to hide what's up there.
Good stuff.
Good start. Good start. Good start to the day.
Stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, so Pig, you're about to face France. Obviously, I like you as a person. You're a great guy, but I really want you to lose, like really bad. How does that make you feel?
Oh, that's all right, man. You're usually pretty bad with your bets, so I mean, if you're going against us, then that gives me confidence.
Okay, fair enough.
I got a question. How does it feel? I mean, there must be a bit of pressure taking on the country that's running the tournament, that's hoping to see their country being played in the top 4. Surely it's like a bad situation here, mate.
Oh, that's all right. You know, like
you don't
if
care?
we,
No feelings?
I mean, obviously France is the favorite, but hey, we come in if we manage to knock these guys out, then people will have to like take us up as the people to cheer for in the top 4. So if we can make it happen, then yeah, it'll be friggin' sick, man.
Hi Pig, hi Stefano. Stefano, I got a question for you. We don't saw you play a lot last time. What do you think about your skill? Do you think you are a good opponent? You can win a lot of players, or do you think you need to practice encore un peu? A little bit more?
Okay.
Encore un peu?
Ouais. I feel like I'm in a really good position, especially against Australia. And it's not that I don't respect the people playing there, but I think that players like Pig are better casters than players. So it should be kind of easy. We have Lilbo and Marine Lord, and I'm kind of the captain, the strategy man. I take care of everything behind the screen. Let's say.
You're the brain.
Brain
I'm
of
the
French
brain.
stream.
I forced myself to be the brain. Nobody wanted me as a captain, but I forced it. I made it happen. That's what a brain does, right?
I guess so. I watched you play with Violet a few weeks back in that Archon thingy, and you look pretty good though, right? I mean, you got a pretty good understanding
I was
of
playing
Legacy.
with another guy, so of course I look good, but technically I was doing like 1/4 of everything we're doing. So.
But you played a lot of Legacy. You understand the game quite well.
I won't
like
discuss
beta-wise,
that
at
right now in front of the opponent. Let's say I'm stupid and I don't know anything about the game, so they don't know what to expect. But me apart, everybody else in the France team have really sick strategies and sick skills, and I have faith in them. I don't think I will be playing today, honestly. I don't think I will need to play. I don't think anywhere. Yeah, we should be fine.
So you don't even have to play against potentially Poland in the second game?
If I want to go 4-0, but I want to give my allies the chance to prove themselves, because they did. Marine Lord especially didn't have the chance to play in NationWars last time, did he? No. It was he wasn't there, so it's his turn to show the world what he can do. Because he did like have a good WCS season, I think, last season.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So it's his turn now. Yeah.
I got a question for you, Pig. Australia is a good team. I think you have 3 good players, but you don't have, a snot or a very good player. What do you think about your team? I mean, who is the best player you think in the Australia team? Is it you? Is it Yaguz?
It's definitely Iaguz. Yeah, Iaguz has been practicing since like the Legacy beta first came out. Well, I guess since the end of WCS Season 3, and he's just. I mean, he's really good. He made top 16 WCS the last couple seasons. He's very solid. So I think he's had the most practice time, and he's just very, very solid. So I think he'll do well.
But he plays Terran. Isn't that an issue?
Yeah, apparently. I don't know. I've been reading a lot of Reddit. It makes me doubt that anyone besides Zerg can win games. But apparently when tournaments happen, it still happens. So people are crying a bit about Zerg. People are saying Terran's a bit weak. Terran's got some issues, but I think it's such a new game. And I think Terran classically is a very powerful, aggressive race. So when things aren't as figured out, I think Terran can very easily kind of swipe their opponents off their feet if they've got solid builds. I think in a few months' time, we might see, if the balance doesn't change, maybe then Terran will struggle a lot more. But I think for now, Terran's still very good.
Okay. Do you have one?
No.
Okay.
You can go on to what you're going to do now.
I think we kind of forgot in the interviews before, but we wanted every single country and every single person in interview to actually say something in their own language. Donc, Stefano, mon ami, est-ce que tu peux nous dire quelque chose, bébé, en français? Quelque chose pour les fans, quelque chose pour le gaming, quelque chose pour...
Ouais, bien sûr. Ben, étant donné que vous voyez pas vraiment ce qui se passe du côté de l'équipe de France, et vous savez pas comment on s'entraîne, comment on se prépare et tout ça, je vais vous dire qu'on a fait énormément d'efforts, on a travaillé dur, on a sué pour gagner aujourd'hui, et on est censé gagner aujourd'hui. Enfin, je suis pas très effrayé de l'Australie, le problème, ce sera le prochain round, je pense. Et il n'y a pas à avoir peur, enfin, pour le moment. Ça sera un peu plus chaud après, mais pour le moment, on est serein.
Ça fait plaisir.
C'est bon, ça.
Ça fait plaisir. La France domine toujours.
Pig, you're screwed, mate. I think you just said you're screwed. And that kind of leads me to asking you the same question, Pig. Would you like to say something in Australian to everyone who's watching, your fans, your countrymen?
We're just going to go out there, have a fair shake of the sauce bottle, and good luck to these French guys. Good luck, mates.
Okay. All right. Good luck, mates.
Thanks. Good luck to you too.
Right, we need the first players.
We actually need the first players. Who's going to be starting for Team France?
We're not supposed to do it at the same time, so otherwise you can think about...
No, he's going to... We already know, I think.
Yeah.
Like, back there, we already know. So just say, and then Pig will say.
Okay. Yeah, it's Marine Lord.
Marine
Lords.
The hype is real.
Yeah.
Pig.
For us, it's NXZ.
NXZ. Okay. Good luck, have fun, boys, and thank you for the interview. And may the
games begin.
May the best nation win. which is France.
Sweet.
Good luck,
See ya.
guys.
Thanks, guys.
Bye bye.
Ciao.
Ciao.
You got butterflies in your stomach yet?
Yeah,
Are you excited?
Yeah, very excited, and I hope we will win.
What happens if you lose? Are you going to be really sad?
I will be very sad because Australia, I think, is not the best team on this group. The real team is Poland. So yeah, I will be very sad if we lost, really. Yeah. But I don't think.
We might have to close the show if France loses. Like, yeah, let's forget about NationWars 3.
NationWars
It's
3
like-
is cancelled. France didn't win their game.
Yeah, that could happen. But no, I think pretty good interview. If we have to sum up what Stefano said for the French, for the English viewers, it was like there's nothing to be feared in the first round. We practiced our asses off. You guys didn't see it, but we practiced quite a lot. That's such a Stefano thing to say, though. But it's still what he said. And he's like, yeah, nothing to be feared. I might not have to play the first game because Marine Lord is going to all kill everybody. And let's do this. I think we are ready to go back to the casters, boys. So, casters, take it away.
Thank you very much, guys. Some fun interviews here with Pig every time and with Stefano in particular. It's good to see him, I guess, back and playing, after he's retired.
I mean, he never
Reappeared
really,
and,
really retired. Elias couldn't live without us. Like, even though he always pretended like we didn't mean that much to him, deep inside, in his heart of hearts, Elias loves us. And we're getting ready for this match. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm very excited for it. Johan is tweeting some friendly banter out, I believe, between the Australians and the Frenchies. So that's all good. I think Funka's going to join us as well for this cast as soon as we're into game. And I can't wait for it. Who were the first two players, by the way? I missed the end.
Marine Lord against NXZ.
Okay, so it's going to be a TVZ at first, Marine Lord. Well, that should be very fun. Once again, NXZ, a player that we're not super familiar with. We've been getting a lot of tweets as well, and we really enjoy all these lovely pictures and seeing how you guys are watching NationsWars. So keep them coming via Twitter, hashtag NW3. Just saw somebody watching a little bit of NationsWars with a fancy glass of wine, Todd. Getting in the right mood.
Yeah, easy life is what they say. And it doesn't get any easier than enjoying some good food, some good drinks, and watching some StarCraft between all of these nations. I believe we've got some video here where we get to hear from these players. So let's go and hear from NXZ here what he had to say about the tournament.
Representing my country is something that everyone dreams of, I'd say, and for me, that makes NationWars a really special tournament. It would mean a lot for me to make it to the top 4 and play in Paris because I've never played in front of a crowd of that large of a size, and I think that would be just an incredible feeling, and I don't know if emotionally I could handle that, but I just think it'd be incredible. I'd say out of Sweden and Poland, I'm more scared of Poland. I think they've got a slightly deeper roster, although Sweden also does have a strong team with Zanstar, so they're both really scary, and I think we kind of got a pretty difficult side of the bracket with Sweden, France, and Poland. Shout outs to everyone from Australia. I hope you guys are cheering for us. We're gonna do our best, and hopefully we can make it through the group stage and play for you guys in Paris.
He seems like a really nice guy and pretty good spirits here in that video. Too bad it's not gonna matter.
I feel like I have to be the Australian supporter over here with all these French buyers in this studio. You know,
somebody's raising his baguettes.
The Australians are very fanatic and in general very loyal as well, and very supportive to their players. Whenever Pig was doing well, like my entire Twitter feed was going crazy. So I feel like I'm going to be the only one who's going to be a little bit of like Aussie, oi, oi, oi over here. No?
You're going to end up the night really badly if you do that and then we lose. You realize that?
Well, yesterday you guys liked me and my net ended really badly too. So I don't think it changed a whole lot, Todd.
Good point.
I believe we have a video for pretty much each player that's going to be playing. So this time, let's hear from Marine Lord.
Le format en équipe, surtout. Donc on joue en 3 contre 3 entre guillemets, même si on joue tout seul vu que c'est StarCraft évidemment. Mais le fait de jouer avec des coéquipiers, t'as un peu plus de pression sur tes épaules, je pense. Et du coup, je pense que c'est marrant. Parce que bon, ça fait longtemps que j'ai pas stressé en tournoi. Je suis pas quelqu'un qui stresse souvent, du coup, avoir des coéquipiers derrière moi pour qui je dois gagner. Et une nation aussi. Mais bon, la nation, au final, on l'a toujours un peu derrière ça, quoi. Potentiellement, ouais, il faut le faire pour le coup. On serait super déçus si on n'y arrive pas. Au moins jusqu'aux demi-finales. Et ce serait génial, hein. Ça ferait le plus gros public que j'ai jamais fait, je pense. En tout cas en live, quoi. Donc ouais, ça sera stylé, hein, surtout Olympia, quoi. C'est pas un petit nom. Et Zunster qui est pas mauvais, mais en ce moment il a beaucoup de mal sur le TV. Du coup, je pense pas que ce sera un problème. L'Australie, il y a Gus, c'est ça? Ouais, je l'ai jamais trouvé fort ce mec. Mais bon, il peut quand même être dangereux en format BO1. Je pense que la Pologne est très forte. Et le but, c'est un peu de finir premier de la poule parce que si on finit deuxième, on pourrait se taper la Corée, potentiellement. Et du coup, on n'irait pas jusqu'au demi-finale, du coup, ça serait un peu triste.
Sporting a tank top like a boss.
Yeah, a sick haircut, tank top, and saying Aigos can't play StarCraft. Yeah, that was the best interview so far.
I love Marine Lord. He's not the type of guy that beats around the bush, you know. If he thinks something, like he's like Stefano as well, but then like a new generation of Stefano. And he seems even more innocent until he opens his mouth, and then it's just like he's not very good. He's not very good. I've never thought he was good in the first place. I do really like that guy. He's an awesome kid.
Yeah, he's a great kid, and he's a really talented player, I think. I mean, he's been talking about retirement a little bit at the end of the year, but I think it was like a, like a salty
There's
tweet.
a little
after,
frustration over
frustration
WCS.
tweet, obviously. But he did have a great year. It's been a great year for Marine Lord.
It's like you just arrived on top of the scene and now you already want to retire. It's like, no, Marine Lord, we like you. You're going to stick around for a while. You're going to play. And he seems generally very excited to play and participate in this tournament. And I could kind of feel that it meant something to him as well.
Yeah.
As he's normally like not the type of kid, a little bit like Stefani, always like the I don't really care attitude. Like, I'll just do what I do.
I think what he said about the pressure is very true. Like in particular, in the past, he's been with WCS. Like you don't really get nervous at tournaments, but when it's WCS, you know that everybody's watching is the most important, and then you care a lot about it. Now, NationWars is so unique. You know that a lot of people from your country are going to be watching, and I think that can definitely cause for some nervousness. Look at his predictions. Am I the only one 4-0?
You're so
Yes, you are.
nationalistic, Todd.
You are.
So?
I don't know.
You should be ashamed not to be as much as me.
The Patriot is strong with this one.
I can see us losing a couple of games to Aigos probably. So I'm a little bit worried
Not
about
according
that.
to Marine Lord, but let's jump into the game here and introduce our players quickly, otherwise the French stream is going to be angry. Starting at the top left-hand side of the map, playing as the blue Terran. He's probably going to all-kill. It is, of course, Millennium's Marine Lord. It's go time, baby.
It's go time!
Wally!
And his opponent, Roddy.
On the south side of Brian Terraces, we're looking at the main base of a man that I've never met live, but he seems like a very good dude. It is NXZ.
Had a pretty strong showing in the qualifiers, but
Yeah.
now he's up against France.
First map though, Brian Terraces, bunch of gold bases, couple counterattacks with Zerglings coming from the north, coming from the south, coming from the north and the south. It's all possible.
And M-Lord, and I'm not surprised. M-Lord is going to go for a Reaper build. I don't know if he's going to add a third Rax. There's like 2 variations that you can do. Beyond goes for 3 Rax and a lot of Reapers. But you can still keep it like between 6 and 8 Reapers on 2 barracks and just be aggressive quite a lot and then expand.
Yeah, third Rax
Rax
goes down, and on this map things can get pretty crazy very quickly with gold bases. So Marine Lord definitely going to want to be very aggressive here with this. You know what's funny? Right now, the European ladder Grandmaster, the top 4 players are only Frenchies and Polish players. It's literally Nurcio, Marine Lord, Elaser, and Daishi in this order. And Daishi is not even on the French team because we got this many good players.
Yeah,
That's pretty sick.
That's a good feeling to see Marine Lord on top 2. I think.
Yeah, that means that he's been working hard, that he's been putting in the hours, and we all know that this guy is very talented. It of course took a while until he finally had his big breakthrough performance, which was WCS Season 2 2015. It was always like, Marino is really good, guys, Marino is really good, and then at a certain point, you know, the people on Reddit, people on Team Liquid are like, well, if he's so good, what about he actually starts winning a couple of games that matter, and then he finally had that good run in WCS, which he was definitely due for. And ever since then, we know that he's a very strong player, and we'll see how he shows up today.
He was only stopped in a matchup that's always been very tricky to him back then, which was against Lilbo. So a guy with huge potential who's worked so hard to get there. And now he takes on NXZ here in the opening match of France versus Australia. Let's see if his Reapers can make some magic happen, or if they will get shut down.
Yeah, good ball.
So far, so good.
It's going to be a lot of Reaper madness early on. And did NXZ pick up on this? Like, he sees 2 Reapers right now, and he's probably like, okay, that second Reaper arrives quite quickly. You're gonna have to be careful here. Oh.
And I think already seeing 2 Reapers kind of tells the story. You usually don't go for a couple of Reapers on only 1 Rax, so I'm guessing that seeing the second Reaper and now the third entering, he knows there's some crazy aggression coming in. But the thing you gotta know about Reapers on Legacy of the Void is that if they are microed properly, they can be a pain in the ass to work with. Even with roaches, for instance. Roaches don't trade cost effectively against Reapers when you have like 10 of them. But and he's going to have 10 Reapers at
Metabolic Boost is closing in on completion here. 8 seconds away from finishing. A lot of the links were going to be sniped before, which is very nice for Marine Lord, but he needs to be able to get out without getting surrounded. He's going to lose a very important Reaper there. But he's still killing more and more Zerglings.
And the most important thing, I think, for NXZ is that he doesn't end up losing any queens early on. And so far, he has done a good job in keeping those queens alive. Let's not forget that the command center is pretty damn late with this build.
Oh, these mines. So sick.
It's a really good start for NXZ.
Yeah.
Taking out 2 Reapers, not losing a queen, as you said, is a really good start. And now he has some breathing room where he can actually try to counterattack with a couple of Zerglings. That could backfire. He needs to be really precise with what he does.
Yeah, you have to be very careful that it doesn't snowball at home.
Yeah, I think
especially because he has drones. He has drones on the production tab.
These queens are gonna go down.
Okay, yeah, the counterattack was way too ambitious. He's going to end up losing all 3 queens.
Marine Lord was ready here to micro some of his Reapers as well. He's gonna pull them back, loses one, but kills pretty much everything. There is the main base in so much trouble for NXZ. He's losing drones left and right. He's already lost 7.
Yep. Drones in the main, killing so many drones with the Reapers, and that's what I meant when I said it could go really bad for with that counterattack. He's losing everything. NXZ losing all 2 Reapers.
Yep.
Thank God, Marine Lord. What a boss!
This is snowballing.
I love how NXZ is taking the gold at the same time. He's like a little bit ambitious, mate.
Oh, that's a good surround.
Marine Lord not paying attention.
Whoa.
For a second, what was that? They exploded after the Zerglings jumped back.
The Reapers turned into Banelings. They self-detonated.
It looked like they ejected.
yeah. It's like the plane is crashing and like they land with little parachutes and with full HP again. It's like, no. Either way, very well done there by Marine Lord. Very unfortunate for NXZ. Perhaps expected Marine Lord to show a little bit more respect to his potential counterattack with those Zerglings. But Marine Lord didn't bring the Reapers home and he went for all those queens that were so close to having enough energy to transfuse.
But that was the worst goal ever to go back with the Zerglings right there.
Yeah, that was so sick right there.
Oh my God.
Marine Lord with some crazy aim here.
I have no idea how NXZ is supposed to keep these drones safe over here at the gold base.
It's going to be hard, I guess. Like, he's going to rely on his queens and Zerglings. Try to reach some roaches here. He's got the roach run on the way now, but he's got so little. He needs more links. With 12 more on the way, he's going to be trying to hold. Surround.
Good position, but he's not going to trade effectively. There's not enough Zerglings. Those Reapers are so good in the early game against Zerglings, and the micro of Marine Lord right now is really good. And as Rotterdam said, those drones, they're so dead.
Yep, they are way too exposed. Not a single spine crawler. There are no queens to save it over here either. 6 more drones getting picked off. There are 16 more links in the production tab, but just look at the work account in this game. 1 more queen goes down as well. So Marine Lord, despite like bleeding out a Reaper or 2 early on, has done a phenomenal job with all these Reapers.
Yeah, behind this, he's got some crazy production going as well. A lot of barracks, 3rd command center is already being up. He's going to help a lot. Double eBay going to be added on as well. NXZ in so much trouble. 24 drones to 45 SCVs.
I would just all in from this point. Like, you know, turning this into a macro game, it's probably not going to go very well for you anymore. So maybe just make a bunch of links and make a bailing nest and just go for it.
Yeah, NXZ doesn't even have the... Well, I guess he has a decent amount of gas, but...
He's got a roach
he's droning up. He doesn't want to all in.
I'm not sure that's a good
I don't
call.
know, Kev.
I mean, he can't even get rid of those Reapers. And that's the thing. On a map like this, when you've got like a parking ramp, 4 Reapers behind your main base, sorry, and then a lot of ramps all around the map, those Reapers, if you micro them properly, they're never gonna die. And they will kill Zerglings all the time. That's 5 Reapers for 72 Zerglings and 14 drones.
Oh my God, that's ridiculous.
That's disgusting.
And a bunch of queens. Well, he might finally be able to get a good surround off on these Reaper here. A couple of grenades will get thrown. No, I felt like he should have committed there. I think if he commits, he gets 2, 3, 4 Reapers. Yeah, he might end up losing a few more links, but at least you finally reduce that Reaper kind.
Yes. NXZ is probably thinking, I already defended, I'm back in it. Nope, actually you're not. You're 20 walkers behind. Your opponent's got 1-1 on the way.
Well,
this is a parade push, mate. These Marines are walking down Prairie terraces like it's the Champs-Elysees, waving the flag.
On the 14th of July.
Yeah. They're singing La Marseillaise while crossing the map and trying to get rid of NXZ. And even that attack without steam is going to work.
Look at them marching.
Allons enfants de la patrie. That's the go of the ramp. There's just too much for Marine Lord.
And NXZ is losing everything. GG, well played. That's
my boy.
6 City. City
very
and
good start, very good first game here by Marine. I really felt early on it was not bad what NXZ was showing us. Like he was keeping the queens alive, he lost a couple links, but it wasn't that bad. I just think the counter-attack was a little too ambitious. If he waits maybe 20 more seconds, then he should have a transfuse on all his queens. And if the Reaper's swinging in again, it's a lot harder for those Reapers to actually pick off all those queens.
Stefano tweeted, "Voila, GG."
Voila.
Keeping it simple here.
That's a great first game. That's a really good opening for Marine Lord. Playing a TVZ, getting rid of one of the Zerg players from the Australian lineup, I think is a really important feat. And they said, every single one of them said, we have issues against Zerg players. There's only one that's just got eliminated. So really great start for France.
I think Pig is still a very scary opponent though, because the game is still very nil. The French casters have been going wild apparently. Moment has been dancing with baguettes, as Voltaire is showing us on his screen. But I think Pig is still a very dangerous opponent. You gotta respect him. He's a smart player. He's been playing a lot of Legacy, and he also knows what it is to play with latency. I think a little more than Marine Lord even, because I don't think Marine Lord plays a whole lot on NA. So we'll see. It's not over yet for Australia, but excellent start for the Frenchies.
Yeah, really, really great start. And winning on this map with that strategy, I think was a really great call. They talked about the way they trained and the way they strategized all the maps. And that's a first really good call. Going for a TVZ on this map and using that Reaper build is just perfect as far as strategy goes. That's one of the best maps that you could do that build on. So, Six City, really happy about that.
Polo chilling.
Watching the best team in NationWars.
Apollo just loves to chill. Everywhere he goes, he's
like
chilling.
a cat, literally like laying on the floor.
He can sleep anywhere.
Cheese, baguettes, and O-Gaming TV. Isn't this evening looking good? It's looking pretty good, actually. Kind of wish I had some of this myself.
And it smells like crepes.
We've actually been having way too much good food already.
Crepes.
We have been to way too many bakeries. Earlier today, we went to a bakery and we spent like 60 euro buying baguettes and all this stuff. I have no idea how it's happened. It's like, are you hungry? Yeah, a little bit. Like, oh, okay, we'll go for one sandwich, and we come home with like 6 baguettes and all these French delights.
We went there to get like a couple sandwiches for like Roddy and Sean, and then they were like, it went from one sandwich each to some pain au chocolat, macaron, some pastries, 4 baguettes.
What happened to
and then like we bought so much that the woman there, she was like, do you guys want free coffee?
It was really sick.
You made her day. Well,
Yeah,
just
sure.
buying everything in the shop. We will wait for the countdown to the new player. Now, that's the question. Who are we going to see?
I think we're going to see Pig. I think Pig is confident that he can take out Marine Lord. I think he believes in himself.
They would leave Aegis as ace, I guess that would mean as well.
I mean, Aegis is the type of player, though, that if you tell him he's bad, he's like, well, let's play a game then, mate. Let's bring it on.
Let's see.
I kind of hope it's Aegis now. Okay.
Pig.
Okay.
It's going to be Pig. So we're going to have another TVZ.
It's time to feast on some baguettes.
I'm in the mood.
I'm in the booth for some baguettes. And it's going to be played on Dust Towers, which is a map that is pretty decent for TVZ, I think, on the Terran side of things.
Yes.
When you reach the 4th base, you've got there's a sign that says drop 5 tanks on top of that hill.
Yeah,
you know?
I kind of feel that when you play against Terran on that map, you just shouldn't take that base. You should just take, if you spawn in the left bottom, just take 9 o'clock. I think that's better. Because you're just asking for it. There will always be some Marines or a tank or even Widow Mines, like just like that you're like, oh, there's 2 Marines there, let me just like walk my units near the edge, and then like you see the little lines, it's like, no, you can't run.
We all love our Pig, even though he's playing against France, and let's hear some words from the man himself.
I think NationWars has just been one of those things where, and it's always on in the middle of the night here in Australia, but you always wake up in the morning and watch the VODs, and you just see the epic crowd and the amount of hype in the arena. So I think StarCraft 2 sometimes lacks events that have that atmosphere to them. It's pretty scary lineup. Obviously France, Bilbo. Stefano, I think, is always going to excel in a new game as long as he's been practicing. So I think for us, it's probably the hardest group besides maybe the one with Korea in it. Just a big thanks for continuing to support us. And I think we've got a decent shot. It's early in Legacy and we've been practicing hard. So cheer for us. And I mean, if we can make it down to the finals in Paris, then that would be a dream come true.
I don't know what it is with the tank tops, but apparently it's every pro gamer's attire when they play from home and record interviews.
Yeah,
I always go for the sweatpants.
sweatpants is, you know,
Yeah, but you don't wear
mandatory.
tank tops, Kev, do you?
No, I don't have a whole lot to show. I prefer to keep everything hidden. You know? We've had a few too many Kinder Buenos over the last few months, maybe a Red Bull or two too many, so it's like, no, we're not ready.
Okay, as far as ratios between here, Terran and Zergs on Dust Tower is pretty balanced, 42%. So Zerg leading.
Yeah,
a little bit.
PVT like seems about right as well.
5% for Protoss. So Dust Tower is going to be our second map. And France is leading 1-0. Top left.
Top
For
right.
Millennium. Top right. Yeah. Top right for France and Millennium. He's the tiny beaver. Marine Lord. Mwah.
Let's go, boy.
Did you just call him a tiny beaver?
Yeah.
Like Justin?
No. Beaver.
Oh, I thought you said a tiny beaver.
Yeah, that's
No,
his
no.
nickname.
That's is the little beaver.
in French.
All right.
And his
And
opponent, Roddy.
on the left bottom side.
Not having too much.
Already excited when I see this man. It's of course Piggy from Australia.
Piggy boy.
My dear friend. Also has his fair share of experience with long nights.
A better caster than player, according to Stefano.
Yeah. He did say that.
That's pretty sick, actually, to say that in an interview.
Okay, M-Lord, going for the same build. Well, at least the same beginning, and he
No, he's
looks
gonna
like
do
he's
the
going
same
to do
build,
exactly the same.
I mean, the good news for Pig is that he definitely watched that last game, so he's going to have a better idea. He had a few extra minutes to think about it, you know, like what if he does the same thing to me? How do I want to deal with it? And I still feel that NXZ did a pretty damn decent job at first. It's just when he sent the links across the map, that's where things spiraled out of control, but at first it wasn't bad at all.
Do you guys think that on this map it's going to be harder to make work? I mean, there is that area with the ramp just right above the main where you have like kind of like, you know, a double ramp.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, just there on the right-hand side. So jumping up in the main will be a tricky process. But even like attacking into Reapers, like we've seen the control of Marine Lord in these situations making links jump and blow up.
I think you make a very good point there, Todd. It is a lot harder for Reapers to just hop in and out, over and over again. So do you think he's going to transition out of Reaper a little quicker than he did in the previous game?
That's exactly what I'm thinking. I mean,
Ready?
he's trying to, in my opinion, he's trying to bait the overreaction from Pig.
Yeah.
And we can see the first racks is actually a little bit out of the way of the wall. He just has the room to build a tech lab way faster. So I'm guessing he goes for maybe 6 or 9 Reapers, but doesn't build anything more, and then goes into a tech lab and Steam.
But if you build a tech lab there, aren't you worried that he eventually bailing busts it?
Oh,
And
that's the worst feeling ever. That upgrade takes like about 2 years to finish, so when you lose it at the middle
It will
of
be ready for NationWars 4, don't worry guys.
I think Benny Bust, though, like would be very hard. Actually, if he took the gas on the natural and mine from it, but Marine Lord might be paying attention to the one in the main. And now, second command center is going to start.
Oh,
Roach Warren already.
Warren.
A cheeky little building there.
Cheeky Roach Warren. So one queen getting bumped out.
It's a very ambitious queen. I'm not sure why he's sending it down, actually. It's taking a lot of damage. It's still alive, though, but I think this queen is going to fall. Marine Lord should be able to take care of it now. Why is this queen so eager to fight? It has no HP.
Yeah, I think Pig misread the situation here a little bit and could be in big trouble.
But how? Why? What did he misread? I don't get it.
Once again, maybe not anticipating the number of racks and the number of Reapers that are available to Marine Lord, but as you said, the metabolic boost
I
is
think
like
he
so
overdrove
slow.
as well. There is way too many drones and not enough links here for Pig.
He's losing everything. He's losing the second, third queen now, and some more Zerglings. 4 drones already down. That's such a great start for Marine Lord. Once again,
Speed's gonna finish, and there is not that many links out
Exactly.
on the map.
I mean, he's gonna have speed, but he can't actually surround these Reapers
There is only
anymore.
7 links, and they're all gonna die now from those Reapers. 2 Roaches and 2 Queens in production.
Oh my god.
Pig looks like he might have completely misread the situation here.
A single Reaper has fallen. That's the only unit that has gone down so far for Marine Lord. A couple of Roaches will pop, but Roaches are like one Roach is not going to save the day against 7, 8, or 9 Reapers.
Look at this. He's
He lost
trading with
one
everything.
unit.
Oh my god.
No, this is why
Marine
casters
Lord.
shouldn't participate.
GG.
This is why Todd and me have retired a long time ago.
That's harsh, kid.
No, I love Pig.
Yeah.
That's just unfortunate. It happens.
I think he misread the situation here. He probably thought that the Queens were going to be able to buy him some time for Roaches and Links to come on into play, but Marine Lord is not slowing down here. He's already probably thinking of Poland at this point, even though it's only 2-0.
What I really don't get is that first queen. Like, what was that queen even trying to do there? Why did that queen, so far away from creep, why did it want to fight with 3, soon to be 4 Reapers? It's not like those Reapers are not going to kill that hatchery at rapid speed. Like, eventually you're going to have to worry about it, but I don't think you had to worry about it on that moment. And it just felt like the moment that first queen went down without really achieving anything, I felt things were just going from bad to worse for Pig.
Yeah.
And it truly spiraled out of control. And that's very unfortunate because I've been showing a lot of love to Pig in the pre-game interviews and stuff and before the game started. But I still think that Pig is a very smart and a very good player. And it's unfortunate that he couldn't show us here against
it's an
Marine Lord.
uncharacteristic misread out of Pig in general, I
Yeah,
think.
but it's weird to misread a build that you just saw being used 10 minutes before that.
Yep.
I think just maybe underestimating the situation.
In France, we have like this one expression when this kind of game happens, we say like that respect was not shown for the opponent in a way, just in the way that he played and crushed him in this case. But now Ayaga is going to be coming out. Is this time for another cheeky 3 racks in TVT as well? That would be sick. He has like only 1 build and like
that would be showing
4 O's.
massive lack of respect if we see triple racks Reaper in the third game. But
and it might be a double Ayagas as well here coming out. Like if he loses, he might be the one player to be revived as well, potentially as the best players from Australia. It's funny because Marine Lord, there was a lot of anticipation on him finally coming out and seeing him play, and it's just been like smooth sailing so far. Lost like 4 units in 2 maps.
Every now and
Easy
then,
life.
every now and then you play off race when you're laddering, and then you go back to ranked, and you're like, all right, I'm gonna play for real now. You think you're playing your main race, and then suddenly you're random, or suddenly you're Terran. Now I know what I will do if that happens to me again. Like if I accidentally queue up again with Terran, it's like, well,
you build racks.
If Marine Lord just builds a bunch of racks and sends his Reapers across the map and beats 2 of the best traders in Australia, I should be able to get a couple ladder points here and there as well.
Indeed. It's a great strategy. It's a great all-round strategy. The thing is, the thing that is kind of difficult to me on that strategy is evaluating really fast whether you can take a fight or not, and the positioning of the anticipation of the positioning of the mines. As Zerg and Terran, that's the hard thing to do. So maybe not winning the first game, but I have faith in your micro. I mean, Roddy
micro is still a thing.
It is a thing.
Is it?
3 stalkers, no more.
I thought
no more.
I thought it was more about the Roddy builds than it was about the micro.
It's a little bit of both. Like early game,
a Roddy mix of both.
Early game we excelled the micro, late game we excelled the builds. And everything in between is very ugly. Cover your eyes.
But the Roddy builds are actually being used in Starleague finals. So
I know.
that means something,
And I'm telling you, the future of PvZ. Phoenix DT.
I'm looking forward to it. So you know the drill. We just did 2 maps. France is leading 2-0. So we're going to go into a quick commercial break. And when we come back, it's going to be a TVT between Ayagas and M-Lord. See you guys.
Beyond venue pour le NationWars 3. I am joined by my dear friend Patrick Drogo and Rotti. France are wrecking at the moment.
Actually, pretty much every game so far has been the Schrechtening. Yeah, it's like Elisa just kind of steamrolled Sweden. It's not nice to say, but that's pretty much what happened. And this game, or this NationWars 2-0, 3 Rex Reaper all the way. Like the first game was at least a little back and forth, even though it started to look at a certain point like, okay, this is bad for NXT. But yeah, the game against Pig, like Pig killed 1 Reaper. That's kind of sad.
He got absolutely shreked, and the French casters downstairs are having a lot of fun right now. I mean, you watched games down there, and they're enjoying it. They're shouting, they're crazy. There's Moman's nuts.
Yeah, Moman's nuts right now.
Pumph is shouting a lot of stuff too. It's actually a lot of fun down there. We're going to talk about the matchup, and next it is going to be Ayagas. But before we start talking about the matchup, Ayagas, of course, had some words to say about NationWars 3.
Well, I mean, I don't usually play in a lot of team tournaments, and I can't remember the last time I was playing in a team tournament that was just comprised of like Australian players. So it's kind of neat in that sense. Yeah, so that's Sweden, France, Poland. That's a pretty tough group, if I'm honest. I mean, Poland maybe we can take. Sweden, if we're lucky. France, probably not. Well, yeah, like Wilbo and Marine Lord are both incredible players. I haven't played Stefano in a while, but I don't know where he's at with Legacy of the Void. Maybe he's good.
Okay.
Like France, like recently, in terms of just recent results, they're like second behind Korea these days. Not really. Chief Australia.
Hello, welcome back, everybody. We're almost ready for the next game here. Is France going to get an all-kill with Marine Lord? The best player from Australia is now coming out to try to put the defense down for the Australians in Igers. Terran versus Terran. Again, we've brought on Drogo, our resident Terran versus Terran expert. Looking forward to this one.
Well, there was one thing.
Oh my God.
No.
You know what? You guys destroying Australia are vicious French animals. Look at that picture. That is beautiful. That is, oh my God. Yeah, look at these guys. This is what they're doing while they're casted in French.
And they're bringing sadness to that little girl we just
Yeah,
saw.
look at you.
Like, heartless animals.
Heartless animals. And hello, HYD. Thank you for joining in. The Petit Relette Devant Les NationWars 3. Allez La France.
I have no idea what that means. What does
What
it
does
mean,
it mean?
Drogo?
Oh, it's
Something small.
yeah, it's the small cheese thing that you eat. I can't really explain it. Sorry.
All right. Let's introduce the players before the French casters will truly hate us.
Yeah.
As we are loaded into Orbital Shipyard, on the top side of the map, we have our Reaper Man himself. He says, die, die, die. It's Marine Lord.
The best introduction ever, Roddy.
That's clever.
That was good, man.
A little Overwatch joke. Over in the south side of Orbital Shipyard, the Gimli Terran himself, hailing from Australia and repping Australia right now, it is Igers. Igers?
Yeah, what were you going to say, sorry, before we looked at that beautiful girl, Drogo? You were about to say something.
I don't even remember.
I think we were talking about the French tweet, right? That it said something petite.
No, before that.
Oh, about him being the TV.
Oh, yeah, no, I remember now.
About you being the TVT expert?
Yes, I am a TVT expert. I am gonna now bring to you my TVT expertise. So the thing is, we're like going on versus two Zergs. Marine Lord really didn't want to show his strategies because Nature and Laser are watching the stream. But right now, he's playing this as a Terran, and Poland doesn't have any Terran. So I feel like Marine Lord can, like, without any worries, bring out his best strategy in this match. So I'm actually really confident that Marine Lord is going to take this first game.
I'm actually really confident Marine Lord, if he plays against Elazer or Nurcho, he's also going to 3-Rex Reaper them.
I hope so. That'd be funny. By the way, NXZ just tweeted after his loss and after Pig's loss, my internet's now capped. Can't even log into StarCraft. This is truly the Australian team.
Wow.
You got to find a solution to get his internet uncapped. That's a funny problem to have.
Oh, that's terrible. Everybody hates internet and PC problems.
Yeah, and that's one of them.
It's the death of our generation, though.
Internet problems, yeah. All right, so we have double gas opening here for Igers, going straight up towards his factory. Starport down, Hellion Reaper combination so far. Obviously going to be looking to deal some damage shortly, whereas Marine Lord has opened up in a similar way, just a faster command center and a later starport for him. But he's going to take a bit of damage to start off with, this Reaper. Uh-oh. Hero Reaper for Marine Lord.
And a Hellion as well. I mean, he does get a good idea of what's going on, what is the opening, but it's never nice to just lose your first Reaper like that without really getting anything for it. Especially not if you made another Reaper at home and a Hellion. You're kind of relying on keeping those units alive and gearing yourself up for some nice aggression.
And now we're going to see Marine Lord push over. Iger's waiting for this on top of the ramp. He's going to go for the Hellion. He's going to chase it, but that does allow Marine Lord's Reaper to go inside and see the danger that's ahead. He pokes in, he sees double gasp in mind, he goes straight to the mineral. He's not really scouting.
Yeah, it's very important that Marine Lord identifies that there's still just a single CC opening for Igers. He may just know it by what he saw. Wow,
I don't think he did. No, I don't think he does. Funker, does he doesn't, right? He doesn't know what's about to hit him, really. I don't think so.
Unless he has spider senses.
Like he didn't. Bit of a rough position. This. He doesn't want to take damage now. And Cyclone Liberator.
I mean, it is already a Viking on the way for Marine Lord, so that gives me the idea.
Yeah.
Maybe he thought there's going to be a bench follow-up.
Yeah.
I guess Viking is good against both. So.
Yeah, I mean, he saw double gas. At least that's what he saw, right? So he knows something, not
and
exactly
he saw
what.
Deck Lab, I think.
And a Viking's a great reaction to Banshee, to Liberators, to obviously the Medivac, if it was to drop units. But the Liberator is now going to move forward in an attempt to get some SCV kills.
Yeah,
Should be pushed back, right, from the Viking?
Yeah, exactly.
And also, you know, Marines around.
The Viking should be extremely useful over here. Marine Lord kind of knows something is coming, just barely. Oh, good senses there, Marine Lord. Very well done.
Well,
he's going to have to react quickly, though, because before you know it, you end up losing a whole lot of SCVs.
Yeah, Liberator turns around to go into liberation mode.
1, 2, just one. Wow, okay. That's
Well,
not the most successful Liberator of all
France!
time.
Doing excellent.
Shut down.
I'm sure Baguettes are being slapped around downstairs after that Liberator got taken out. Good start here for Marine Lords. Higher, better economy, better infrastructure. Stop the little Liberator attack. Perfect start for him. Really, really good start.
Yeah, definitely agree. Now what I'm wondering is what we're gonna make as units, because I'm not really a TVT expert, I'm sorry.
No,
What?
you
No,
are.
we
You are.
introduced you as the TVT expert,
We are.
bro.
But I remember the time where Marine Lord was telling us, like, I don't know why everybody is going for, like, Marines and tank in Medivacs. I go for Viking Hellions, and it's fucking amazing. But as I say that, Marine Lord is adding on 2 more Raxes, so my Mass Alien dream is pretty much dead.
Dacia used to do that as well.
Yeah.
Even against Protoss, those were the days,
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
Mass Blue Flame Hellion.
Good scan from Igers, has a look at what's going on. Sees 3 barracks down and a decent setup for his opponent, much faster than his own. As you can see, only just now adding on his extra barracks, just because of the way he slowed himself down through opening up with that Liberator.
I think the moment you're set here on 3 bases and sensor tower is up as well and a couple missed, I think it becomes very hard to attack, even in TVT. And it's very funny how TVT, like in a way, not a whole lot has changed, where people are just like hovering, flying around, walking around with the Marines and then picking up their tanks over and over again. It's kind of just like a new skill that all these Terrans have to learn in TVT about how to take proper engagements, because in the old days it was always like, well, let's catch the tanks on siege, but you got to think twice about it now, because 99% of the time the tanks will be actually loaded into medevac or hanging below them.
Yeah, you're right. Cyclone being chased down here and also locked on. Another small victory for France. Continuing to pick up a lot of these small victories, and a 20 supply lead that's now mounted to a much bigger army. And I think knowing that this fast third command center is coming in for Igers, we're going to see, especially when these 2 medevacs pop out, Marine Lord's going to be looking for more than small victories here, Rossi.
Yep. I mean, he's been in the lead all along. If I'm a Marine Lord right now, I'm not too stressed about this game. You know, your opponent dropped the latest CC, you know, he opened up with the Liberator, you shut it down. There is no pressure on you right now about closing the game immediately or feeling like you're about to miss your window.
Yeah.
No, just keep capitalizing on the economic lead that you've built for yourself. And if your opponent wants to do something about it, well, good luck to him. And if not, then you just make a real army, wait until you have stim, wait until you have combat shield and enough medevacs, and that's when you start pushing the issue.
Well, 2 tanks get sieged up. Imagine they're probably going to be lifted up for a bit of a push, bit of a tickle, bit of an attack.
What do you guys think that Igers should do from here? Because he knows that right now he's not in the best position ever. Just like hope that your opponent overextends with an attack that you can defend?
With the Raven moving out, he's just got to be super solid against this push that's coming. Try and get some SCV kills with this, and he might be able to crawl back in, not in a lead, but at least level up a lot more. Like, this is a decent start.
Yeah, it has to be very careful over here, because those tanks would have been very exposed on the low ground. I think it's much better to put yourself a little bit more defensively. It's going to try to get a couple of hits off there. That's very well
Stim's not done, remember.
Igers. Yeah.
Stim's not done, so a good defense so far, and he's going to be picking up units and moving them around. And remember the Ravens on the other side too, that's going to be doing a lot more damage than it does in Heart of the Swarm.
Igers is losing a lot over here though. Like, there are not too many Marines left for Marine Lord, but the Marines that were left did some very serious work, because they soaked up the shots as well for those siege tanks. Army supply is 53 against 30, and that's something you have to be very, very worried about. There are a couple of tanks in range of that 3rd CC of Igers. He's going to try to break it, and I guess he will succeed in doing so, because there are just no more Marines left.
Wow.
Well,
look at that. There's small units coming over here from Marine Lord. Keeps pushing up. Igers trying to do something with the Raven, but he's not making that hold on this third, which he needs to do. And Stim's now done for both.
It seems like Igers can spend his money. He has 1,1200 minerals. Imagine if he would have 1,100 minerals worth of units right now. He would absolutely demolish his
SCV's coming
army.
off the line to defend, and they're just getting absolutely slaughtered here. And Marine Lord's looking at a 3-0 for France.
Allez!
Allez, Wale! Allez, if he gets the command center, this game is as good as over. The SCVs are going to try to take it down. They can't save it. And this is an absolutely fantastic start for France in NationWars 3. Coming in and looking at a 3-0 to start things up. GG, Wale!
Wow, Marine Lord looking very good so far, man. Igers is definitely no... pushover. Like I think the boys mentioned as well in the pre-game interview, Igers has made it to the round of 16 in WCS, like back-to-back-to-back seasons pretty much. So he's definitely a very good Terran. He's been en route for a long time as well. But Marine Lord is just dominant so far today.
Yeah, in that game, just like lots of little small pickups, which gave him a good lead, and he just sealed the deal. It was a beautiful game, a nice and simple one for him.
Yeah, I definitely agree. Like, it's gonna be great if the two nations that goes 4-0 gonna meet up.
Gonna collide. And this is obviously going to be, I know a lot of the French people in here obviously very worried about Poland, but this is a nice little confidence booster to know that Marine Lord's playing well, which he is. He's doing great today.
Yeah, especially because Todd mentioned it as well, that in the past we heard a couple of scary sounds coming from Marine Lord about him maybe wanting to retire, and that's often the first step into retirement. That's where they will start practicing less. Now, really, like, I kind of knew that wasn't really the case, and I think he was just disappointed over the outcome of WCS Season 3. But yeah, this is great, and him being as high up on the ladder, and like Steve Devoid as he is as well. Yeah, France is
going to put up a fight against Poland. I mean, it's looking like they can't be stopped, and Australia have failed 3 times in a row. They have to revive one of these guys, and France on the way to play Poland at the moment.
And we might have a new premiere over here at NationWars. Todd might be right for the first time this week, guys.
Todd might be right. Look at this tweet. This guy on fire at Apollo SC2. Thanks for sending your tweet, mate. The French are feasting while destroying Australia with crepes filled with ham, egg, and cheese.
I know that guy.
Did you?
Yeah, he's been around.
Yeah. Been around. Yeah? I don't know that guy too well.
Oh, like, I know that tweet with...
X1 Doctor Who.
Oh, well, I mean, the tweet was that some guy offered 2 hours of coaching with me to his little brother.
Oh, yeah?
So if you're here, little brother, I'm going to coach you soon after this, and you're going to be good.
Oh, look at that. And also Marine Lords. Nice one there.
Moment is unstoppable. He's actually out of control.
Yeah, he is.
Now, like, if people who would have no idea what's going on, who would have no idea about like StarCraft 2 or esports in general, would just be watching through a hidden camera and observing Moment tonight, they would actually just stamp his board, right? Stamp the paper, like, okay, lock him up. This guy's crazy. He's not safe.
And Moment is such a character. I thought it'd be funny actually, by the way, because of how destroyed Australia's getting. I'll put the flag at half mast here. It's getting absolutely destroyed.
Symbolism.
Yeah, they need to do better than that. They need to be rising.
If they get one map win, we're going to put it to the top again.
Yeah, we'll rise it back up. But right now they're falling down, and eventually that flag's going to be knocked off this table because they won't be playing again today. And of course, the players go forwards. Whoever loses now go through to play tomorrow in the loser bracket and decide a match. Of course, we just played 3 of the games today, 3 of the 5. And so far, looking pretty good. Here's Team Australia, who is going to be selected, surely. The best player, as they've already said, is Igers.
Yeah.
So you're expecting him again?
If you're saying in your pre-game interview as captain that pick was that Igers is the best player in Australia at the moment, then it would be very, very strange not to send Igers out. But I guess at this point, the guys are kind of feeling as well. It's like, well, you know, guys, this was just not our clan. I keep wanting to say clan war, because in a way it's kind of a clan war, but this wasn't just our nation war. You know, this is going to be very tough. But you know,
this is the Olympics. This is the World Cup of StarCraft.
Yeah, but Igers is good though, and it often is like StarCraft that you can catch a lot of momentum of just winning one game. So I am expecting Igers to be sent out, but I'm not sure how confident Igers is feeling that he's going to be able to beat Marine Lord, then Lilbel, then Stefano in that other order, and then one of those guys again.
And also, one of the reasons that you will send Jaegers back is that, now that I think about it, he got a bit unlucky with the build orders in that last game. Because like he got a Cyclone on a Liberator. So I'm assuming, now that I think about it, that it was like if Marine Lord went for a Banshee, the Cyclone would have dealt with the Banshee, and then there would be in the Viking, so the Liberator would have done a lot of damage. So Marine Lord got lucky, and maybe Jaegers is like, okay, this time I'm going to do the counter of your safe gameplay.
I feel the Marine Lord's build was pretty safe though.
Yeah, it was really
I don't
safe.
think you can say that Marine Lord got lucky when he's the one going for a safe build.
Yeah, but I mean, like, Jaegers didn't anticipate a safe build like this. So now that he knows that Marine Lord thinks he's the better player, he's going to go safe, maybe Jaegers is going to go for something crazy like free command center, because he knows he's going to be safe in doing so.
I think it's, I'm just looking at the viewership, by the way. I think it's really awesome that a non-English stream is higher than the English stream. And that's like never happens ever.
9,500 Frenchies are right now going ham over Marine Lord. Within 8 seconds, we will know who's going to be the final player of Australia.
Has to be Igers.
Is it going to be Igers?
Has to be.
Igers. Yeah.
All right, so Iagers has got a lot of work to do now. Otherwise, this is going to be an all-kill. We need that all-kill button. Production team, I'll keep telling you about that. We need that all-kill button.
Man, that would be 3 in a row.
3 in a row? Yeah, it would be, because China was last night finished off with an all-kill. We had one just now with Poland. Pretty
Man, all these guys are just stepping up, and we are just making horrible predictions. I actually thought this one was really going to be quite close. I had a lot of faith in my boy Pig, and I thought Iagers is pretty much guaranteed to win at least one map. NXZ, a little bit of a wild card, but I think if you're a wild card and you play Zerg, you can always make some crazy stuff happen.
Oh, yeah.
But I couldn't have been more wrong. But I did predict France to win.
I mean, you've been pretty bad with predictions all day today.
Yesterday, all day today.
Well, I mean,
the first one I had correct, 4-0.
Outside of StarCraft, your predictions have been terrible today.
Yes, outside of StarCraft, I have been terrible at a lot of things in life, Sean.
But you're also very good at a lot of things too, Roddy.
No,
you are, man.
The bromance, so real.
Ruins of Ceres, the next map here.
All right.
Nice bigger map here for Iagers to attempt it again. Come back, hopefully. We'll see how well he can do now. He really has to put in the performance, otherwise this is going to be a whitewash, and we will have the expected and anticipated winners match, Poland versus France. A big, big game.
And this is a very interesting map because it changes so much if you would have vertical spawns, but that is not going to be the case. So, Petit Drogo, to you, the honors of introducing these lovely men.
Well, at the bottom right of the map, the guy I don't want to introduce, this is the Red Terran, Yagos.
Why don't you want to introduce him?
Because at the bottom left of the map, the blue Terran player, my boy, Alexei Ozabio. This is Marin Lord!
Alexei. Oh! Is that the anthem?
Who's doing that? It's not me.
I'm starting to have home Surrey Cup feelings over here, guys. This is amazing. What's next? We're going to play Rocky Balboa as well when he all kills.
Dun, 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 dun.
Hey, there are some crazy stairs in Paris. Marino can just like put on his little hoodie.
Dude, the stairs walking up to the old gaming like from our hotel.
Those are pretty intense.
Those are pretty intense. That's a lot of stairs.
But there's a very famous building on top of a hill in Paris with a lot of stairs in front of it. I think it's a church inside or a museum.
I have no idea.
Yeah, you have to know this. Everybody knows this. No, he lives in this freaking city.
Well, it's a big city and I stay at home playing StarCraft.
It's a very famous building on top of a hill with stairs in front of it, and you have a beautiful view over the city.
Do you know what it is, Funker? What's the famous building in Paris that's on a hill that has a lot of stairs going up towards it? Sacré-Cœur.
Yeah.
Sacré-Cœur.
Do you know it?
No.
Yes?
No.
He doesn't know.
He doesn't know it. They called him.
People from all over the world come to Paris to see this, and Petit Drogo lives 15 minutes away from it. He's like, nah,
he's
queue up and on a ladder game.
Drogo, do you know what the Eiffel Tower is? No, I've never heard of it.
Prefer to Century Immortal. Ask me about that. I know everything, mate.
All right, so two builds now starting to take a little bit more shape.
This is terrible.
I know, right? I know everything about the Protoss all-ins.
All right, talk to us, Sean. Talk to us about the build orders.
So yeah, they both got command centers. We see that Iagers is a little bit behind Marine Lord again, but it's pretty safe openings. Well, not safe openings, but more conservative and more economy focused. And that is a good scout there from Marine Lord, seeing if they're Reapers or not, and also gets away.
Really good by Marine Lord.
Yeah.
He must be feeling so good right now, winning. Like he even said that he felt a little bit of pressure representing France rather than just himself in one of these tournaments, and even said that I'm not the type of guy that normally gets nervous, but I'm feeling it a little bit. That if you put that extra pressure on your own shoulders and you're delivering, I mean, you just feel like you're on top of the world, man. Like 3-0, and you're playing against someone that you already defeated before. This has to feel great.
Yeah, and it's going to carry on through the momentum into the next game as well, which I keep getting excited for.
Yeah, the next one is going to be really good. That's actually going to be, I think, the best match that we've seen so far since this tournament started.
Yeah, I'm sure it's going to provide. We have one gas, though, from Iagers, who's gone up towards his starport, but Marine Lord switched it up a little bit, and he's gone double gas straight towards the factory here. I'm sure we're going to see a starport added on, and then double barracks behind it, too.
I don't think he's going to go for another Liberator opening.
Oh, is he even going for a starport here? He's okay, it is going to come down. Tank are going to start very early. And on this map, you can get in some brutal positions. So Cyclone it is.
Now, I guess he's already moving out with a little bit of a hit squad. He's going to secure the Zelnaga watchtower. And it's going to be indeed a Cyclone for Marine Lord. A lot of Terrans love the single Cyclone, right? Just get one Cyclone for safety. It's so good in picking off Medevacs, picking off a Banshee, picking off a Viking, or against Protoss or War Prism. And I can kind of dig it. I think it's very smart. I think it's excellent use of this unit. It's so unique because it's either so good or so bad.
Yeah, and in this scenario, you'd imagine it helping a lot against this little push that we're seeing develop now from Aigers.
I mean, early game pushes, I always feel that every unit is worth its weight in gold.
Yeah.
So if you have a Cyclone that locks on the unit twice, 3 times, then you already make your life so much easier in defending against that push.
How is he going to do this attack, though? Does he drop the Marines one place and then run in with the Hellions in the other, or does he join them together?
No, I think it's drop in the main, hope that Marine Lord pulls his units out of position. I wouldn't reveal the Hellions here immediately. Cyclone will lock onto one of these Hellions, and there you go. That's one unit. That's already a pretty big deal.
And here comes the drop inside the main base. Not too much there. He does turn his attention, but he also knows that Hellions is still around, so he splits up nicely.
That's kind of why I feel I shouldn't have showed him. He's going to pick up the Hellions. He's going to drop the Hellions as well into the main base. The Cyclone is not going to die because Marine Lord is just on fire.
Yeah, and now it's eventually going to go down as the Hellions do come for it, but this is a great defense. I mean, a lot was invested into this. He didn't get anything substantial.
Look at the army supplies now. 7 army supply left for Aigers.
21 around the back as well
for Marine Lord. I mean, I think this is absolutely... this is a great, great, great scenario for Marine Lord, and this is kind of horrible for Aigers. The moment you right-click on a unit, you always have to be 100% certain that you kill it. You know, it doesn't really matter what unit it is, Cyclone, Colossus, whatever. If you click on a unit like that, but you don't kill it, then you just feel you're just like you sink through the ground. Basically, it's just like, oh god, this is awful. Because you know you lose all that potential DPS. Your Marines could have been shooting, instead they're chasing a unit that they will not catch up anymore, and that's just the end of your push immediately.
Yeah, on Cyclone, like they're really hard to tell because they don't have a lot of HP. So you're like, okay, I can kill it right now, but then they just slip away.
Yeah. And then you're like, well, maybe no. And then like after 2 seconds, whenever your Marines ate like 3 volleys of your opponent's Marines, you're like, okay, well, that was just a really bad right click, guys. I shouldn't have done that.
Well, a scan from Marine Lords, has a look inside his opponent's main base, sees the infrastructure down, and also catches the 3rd command center at the north now, so he knows it's not 2 base all in, but because of how much Aigers threw away there without killing anything, like you said, his army's behind.
Yeah.
Can he defend against this very simple movement?
It all comes down to execution, I think, of Marine Lord, but if Marine Lord does this right and spreads his opponent thin over multiple places, I think it's going to be very, very tricky.
If he targets his command center as his location to strike, knowing that he's got a 3rd pretty much finished of his own,
that's massive.
This is a massive win.
He should always have a tank in range of the SCVs that are building this CC.
Look, it's already been stopped.
Yeah,
and now it's going to be under fire.
And it's not that close to finishing either. It's not like he needs 2 or 3 seconds. No, he needs a lot of seconds. And this SCV is going to get picked up immediately. Look, here it is, building the CC, and there it's gone.
This is bad news, Bears. He's got Marines coming from the left-hand side, but I'm not exactly sure what they're going to do.
He needs some Bears.
He's got to defend this command center. 2 tanks in good position, though, are going to take down the 1st tank of Marine Lord.
That's very
But he's so close to dying.
Still very good play. He's going to stim forward. He's going to right-click on one of the Medevacs. He's going to try to get the CC, I guess, and he will get it.
Good pick up there. And Aigers comes in to try and clear this up eventually. Will clean it up, but that puts him really far behind. And even Marine Lord saves 4 of his Marines and can be a nuisance. And this is a big, big lead now for Marine Lords.
Yep, 3 base Terran against 2. He knows that he just put so much pressure on Aigers that Aigers pretty much has to cut his losses either and try to accept the scenario and try to re-expand or just go for an all-in. And these 4 Marines that were almost dead. What no, Aigers, I know you're mad.
I know you're mad, bro.
Yeah, I know you're mad.
Stop it.
Have you ever been so mad you decided to kill your own CC? MMA's like, yep, and I still won the game.
Even if he... yeah. Hashtag rest in peace, Hydra. And here, Marine Lord, even moving out. This is how confident and how good of a position he's in. When you kill a command center like that and you're back on 3, okay, he's got a lot more units than me. I've got to be careful, defend my lead. He doesn't even care. He's in the middle of the map, and what a beautiful position for Marine Lord and for France.
It's just the CC, actually, that he's behind. Like, army supply, we're pretty much dead even right now, because, of course, Marino did lose a lot of units during all that pressure. And SCVs, you know, 52 against 56, so it looks like a close game, but 52 SCVs on a 2-base Terran 9 minutes into the game, Legacy of the Void.
Who isn't rebuilding the third command center as well.
That is not good. Like you pretty much have to float over your main orbital
Yeah.
immediately, and that also means you're going to lose a lot of mining time. In that period, your opponent's army will grow, and that's why we're saying that Marine Lord does have the advantage that he has.
And Igers knows that he has to make magic happen in the next couple of minutes, because if he doesn't, that army supply is already now in favor of Marine Lord and will continue to grow. And look at this, he's still forward, and he catches half of the units already. And he's going to take a fight in the middle of the map, and this looks like we are going to see a France victory here. Oh, no, actually, no, he's not. No, not yet.
Hashtag Apollo calls.
Hashtag Apollo calls.
Nah, I guess it was very awkward. Marine Lord waited half a century to drop his tanks, and those tanks from Igers were doing some serious work, but I do still agree with you, Sean. Like, it's okay for Marine Lord to take a trade like that because he's as far ahead as he is.
I mean, Igers is going to use the battering ram once more on the other side of the map, and that's going to be his last attempt. Marine Lord's so close to victory.
The only thing Igers has going for himself at the moment is that he has more tanks. Tanks are pretty good units in this matchup. And he has one Marine more. Yes, Funka, I see that.
All right.
Funka is like, that's not the only thing, Roddy. He also has one Marine more.
Igers needs to make this work. He's lifted up all his army inside Medivacs, which now been spotted, and they're boosting towards the natural. And right now we have to get Marine Lord into position.
No, tanks are not siege, though. It's going to take a little while. There are not that many Marines. I'm not sure about this move. I think all these tanks are just going to die immediately.
Yeah, they are, and that move didn't work, and that, maybe that, Rotty. Hashtag Apollo calls as Marine Lord once again dropping mules. He knows it. He's about to secure an all-kill for France. GG!
Voila!
Drogo. Australia are knocked out from day one. They'll play again day 2. Everyone's very happy in here, as you can hear.
Man, if I'm Australian, I'm watching this stream, I'm tuning out right now. It's like, you know what? I'm never watching this tournament again.
France just all killed Australia, which sets us up for the wonderful game in the winner bracket final that we're all hyped for here. France versus Poland. The two teams who've all killed the two favorites to go through in first and second. And within the next hour or two, we will have the third country, or the third country, sorry, that will be in the top 8. What a game.
This has been said quite a few times over the last few years, but that upcoming match is going to be a cracker.
It is going to be a cracker, Rotty. It's Poland, who are still, I think, the strongest team. But France putting up a good 4-0 is such a good confidence boost and a good belief for everyone as well that they won't be one-sided in favor of Poland.
Yep, I think Lilbao is very fired up. I think he's been charged up ever since, you know, that DreamHack was a pretty good run, to be honest. Like, he finished 3-2 in his group. It's just that PvP loss against Majestic that really hurt him. But overall, Lilbao was not bad at DreamHack. So he's in good shape, and if Elias has actually been practicing, well, we all know how talented Stefano is, and this match is going to be super awesome, because Nurchi and Mana are world-class players, and Elias already showed us as well that, you know, you don't mess with me, I'm very good as well.
Yes, he is. Sweden versus Australia. They need to come back tomorrow. That will be played out tomorrow evening at 7 p.m. local time. But of course, we are nowhere near finished yet. The highlight game is just around the corner. We're going to be having a winner's interview in a minute or two with Team France. And I'm sure this is going to be a spectacle to watch.
Are we going to talk with Marine Lord or with Elias?
I think probably everyone.
All of them.
Might be all of them. Or as many as we can get on the Skype call.
Your boys. Alexi!
You proud of your boy? It's a good 4 wins for him.
Yeah, pretty good for Marine Lord, but I mean, this was like doing very well a really easy song. No, it's time to practice the real deal.
A very easy song?
Yeah, I don't know.
He's like, yeah, I play the piano sometimes. And it's like, I'm so tired of doing 1,000 Miles by Vanessa Carlton. Like, I want to do something harder.
I want to do something harder. That was too easy. And it was a nice and easy victory for France. But I mean, this is the hard one now.
I mean, like, you know, in hindsight, it was a very easy, smooth win, but it's always a lot easier said than done, because a team like Australia, they can go on a roll. You know, if Igers wins his first map, or if Pig wins his first map, and then suddenly it starts to get a little closer, and then all you need to do is like slip up one time or make one big mistake or do not scout one thing, and then it's 3-3. It comes down to an ace match. I mean, for instance, yesterday with Max said, you know, it's like the first victory. You're like, Okay, Maxed wins the first map. Wow, that's a little bit of a surprise. You know, let's see how he does the second game. Then suddenly he beats Snoot as well, and that's where things start going bad. Then he wins the third map, and then like suddenly you're looking at 3-0.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, even though France would have been favored in every single, hypothetical matchup against Australia, it's never easy.
How do you think? I think the interview's almost ready. Before we go to that, what do you think, and how much do you think that maybe not Stefano as much here in this question, but Marine Lord and Lilbo are motivated to practice harder for this tournament? Obviously, it's run by a French organization, Gaming. It's in France, the finals. Are they really excited? And
I know that Marine Lords really fucking wants to go there. And Lilbo is a little bit less vocal about his emotion because he's Lilbo.
Yeah.
But I know for a fact that NationWars 2 was the biggest event that's like the most emotionally impactful for him. So I know that I think just for him, because of what it means to him, he really wants to go to NationWars 3.
All right. Well, makes me excited hearing that, Roddy. But the winners interview is ready. It's time to go over to the seating area. I don't know what to call it anymore because there's no couch. But we'll go to the seating area, the public viewing area.
We'll go to the other side of this building.
The other side of the building where Team France are on the phone.
Thank you very much, boys.
What? Hey.
Victoire. La victoire est à nous.
Nice, very, very well played for Marine Lord. He matched everybody, and I'm so happy to see the level of Marine Lord. He's very strong.
Funka, any thoughts?
The Beaver prevailed. He was outclassing everybody in the Australian team. I think even seeing him like 2-0 Iagas, which was supposed to be the best player in Australia, I think is a really good tell of how Marine Lord is playing these days. Doesn't say instantly that it's going to be easy against Poland, not by any means, but that's really good to see that Marine Lord can just go in and just do a whole kill like it's nothing.
Okay, and I believe we've got the French team here available for an interview. So it's Stefano, Marine Lord, and Lilbo. I don't believe Marine Lord has a webcam, but he should be with
Lilbo.
I don't have a webcam,
Lilbo.
But he's here.
So, guys, was it as easy as you expected here against Australia?
Yeah. What do you want me to say?
You're going to go up against Poland next. How do you feel about this matchup? Is it going to be another 4-0, or did Elazer's 4-0 look more impressive than Marine Lords to you guys?
I think we can't really judge on that because it depends mainly on the matchups. We saw that Marine Lord won with Mass Reapers against Zergs, which was really quick game, so we can't really judge his level on that. It's just an all-in. And same for Elazer, it was like quick pulls and stuff like that. Only one mid-long game. So we'll see. The 4-0 doesn't really mean anything, I think, so far.
Any questions,
I got one question for Marilyn. We saw you play versus Terran, versus Zerg. Now versus Mana. Who do you feel if you will play Mana? Do you feel good?
Yeah, TVP is quite easy for me, I think. I don't like Zerg because it's quite imba, I think. And maps are quite bad, I think, so... I really like Protoss, I quite like Terran, I really hate Zerg.
So M-Lord, the strategy is kill the Zerg before he makes Ravagers, right?
Before he makes a new unit, yeah. Or you're dead.
You did a good job of that. Like, really, really well played. And even your level in TVT seems really, really strong these days. It's not gonna matter against Poland. They don't have any Terran player, but so we did ask that question, but Poland is sick. Poland is really, really, really strong. Do you really genuinely think that you can make a difference against them? Anybody like Lilbo? We didn't hear anything from Lilbo, for instance.
Yeah, obviously I think we can win. Like, they are all good, but it will be hard. But I don't think we are too much of underdogs. So yeah. But I guess my win will be just destroy everyone.
Hype.
Lilbo, actually, I don't know if you saw the team sheets that we show before we're going to the match, but on your team sheet and your player sheet in particular, it said that you were the best foreigner of 2015 in Heart of the Swarm in particular. Now Legacy of the Void just came out. You haven't played in too many tournaments yet. One over in China and then DreamHack. How do you feel, how good do you feel you are right now in Legacy of the Void in terms of, I guess, rankings, foreigner-wise? Do you think you're still at the top, but you didn't get to show it just yet? Do you think you got unlucky? And yeah.
I think the top four right now is still pretty dark. Like I guess Showtime and Nurture are pretty good right now. I don't think I'm at the top anymore, but I don't think I'm too far mechanically. So I just need to know the new strategies, like how to play basically. I think I have the mechanics, but I don't have the way the way of playing, I guess.
Okay.
So like after DreamHack, I had some replays to watch and stuff, so I'm not clueless anymore. I think I'm way better than I was at DreamHack.
Okay, we already asked this from Stefano, but I think it's a good opportunity to ask Marino and Lilbo as well. Can you say a few words in French to the few French viewers who might be lost on the English stream and on the French stream as well, who's listening to this right now?
Et ça peut être en premier. Faites-vous plaisir, faites-vous plaisir. Je veux dire, vous avez gagné, c'est la France, on est sur Gaming TV, parlez en français.
Ils ont gagné le premier match.
C'est pas au capitaine.
Mais non, Stefano a déjà parlé tout à l'heure en français. Donc Marie-Lord et Lilbo.
À qui
Marie-Lord.
Lilbo, moi.
Je suis capitaine. Vas-y, Charles.
Capitaine, mais moi j'ai déjà fait mon petit discours.
Nobody wants to talk. M-Lord, go.
Je peux parler si tu veux, mais j'aime répéter. Donc, tant que tu y ailles, il est Marine-Lord qui a fait un 4-0. Ça y est, c'est.
Attends, moi je vote Marine-Lord,
Profites-en, merde. Vas-y.
Allez.
Ouvre ta grande gueule et dis voilà, je t'ai profité.
Marie-Lord, dis-nous des trucs.
Merci aux 10 000 fans qui regardent. C'est quand même pas mal, 10 000 sur un stream français, c'est exceptionnel, je trouve. Et ouais, peut-être un 4-0 pour la Pologne aussi, on verra comment ça se passe. Je vais faire de mon mieux en tout cas.
Allez.
Oui, merci copains de regarder, ça fait zizir. J'en dis pas plus, que je vous avais déjà glissé quelques mots doux dans l'interview que vous verrez avant mon match, si jamais je joue. Mais normalement je joue pas parce que M-Lord, voilà. Il est plutôt vénère quoi. Mais bon, je spoil pas quoi.
Ok. Stefano, capitaine, peut-être tu veux terminer parce qu'ils ont balancé plein de trucs, mais c'était le bordel, donc toi tu veux.
Ouais. C'est le défi de la soirée, on va dire, la Pologne ce soir. Le problème, c'est, je vais pas partir dans le détail, mais on connaît nos problèmes contre eux, donc on connaît nos faiblesses, on sait sur quoi travailler, on sait qui envoyer sur quelle map et tout ça. Donc on a une bonne stratégie derrière. Le problème, c'est qu'on a quelques faiblesses, il faut travailler dessus et on va essayer de combler ça le maximum avec un bon stratégie making derrière, on va dire.
Ouais, bah Zerg c'est un peu fort quoi.
Ouais, Zerg c'est un peu fort. Et le problème c'est que moi je suis Zerg, mais quand je joue contre Zerg, en fait j'ai pas l'avantage, tu vois. Ça reste un miroir.
Ah bah oui, c'est la même race.
Et du coup, je sais plus trop quoi faire. Eux ils sont mauvais contre Zerg, on se fait défoncer contre Zerg. Et moi je joue en Zerg contre Zerg et on est à égalité, donc je peux rien faire non plus. Et donc on est baisé hein.
Non mais qui l'eût cru, Stefano est un bon capitaine. Il est capable de donner des bonnes réponses.
Tu sais que
vraiment malin.
Non mais en tant que capitaine, t'es censé inspirer la confiance et motiver tes joueurs.
Non mais t'as vu la première partie de mon discours, c'était l'inspiration et la
Très
motivation.
bon. Mais en fait, c'est la fin qui est censée être l'inspiration.
Non, la deuxième partie c'est la rigolade, sachant qu'on a déjà gagné, donc je me permets des petits écarts.
On fait des petites blagues quoi.
Ok.
Ouais, on fait des petites blagues.
Ok.
Walé.
Walé, Marine-Lord, Walé, Stefano.
Walé.
Merci les gars, merci beaucoup.
On est des singes.
Et bonne chance les singes contre la Pologne.
Merci.
Ciao.
Quelle équipe.
What a team. What a team. What a bunch of trolls.
Yeah, team spirit, at first it looked shaky because they're like, no, you speak. But then they really got into it and gave us some good words here. And it's good to see them in such high spirits as well.
Yeah.
Because the thing about NationWars, though, is even though you get to represent your country, usually your rivals, with the people that are doing well in your country, you're playing them in the national championships, and usually your rivals. But these guys, they get along pretty well, it looks like.
Yeah, it's a really good thing that they are able to to feel good together and actually talk and play between each other to get ready for the next match. And we've been talking quite a lot. There's been some French involved, so we're sorry about that. But we're gonna go back to the casters for just a quick break, and then we'll see you afterwards.
Oh yeah.
Bye, guys. Allez la France!
Viva la France! Thank you very much, Funker, back here in the English casting desk. And we talked a lot about that 4-0. Did you? I heard you giggling a lot to what they were saying in French. Was it a funny interview for you? It wasn't for us.
It was a funny interview, and even funnier for me because these guys just love a private joke. That's only people.
Oh yeah.
In what we call the Monkeys Conference.
The Monkeys Conference. What's the Monkeys Conference for us non-French people?
That's the name of the Skype convo that we're in. It's called we're all the monkeys. That's how we call ourselves.
You call yourselves, we're all the French players sitting talking.
Let me guess, you guys spammed that little monkey emote, the dancing one?
Everybody spammed that emote. Like, let's be real.
And yeah, France doing very well. We're going to go to a very quick break in a second because the big match is just around the corner as France is going to be taking on a very dominant team in Poland. And this is going to be a great series.
It's going to be so cool. I can't wait to watch Mana play. Can't wait to watch Lilbao play. Like, this is actually going to be the best match that we've had so far. Of course, throughout the season, there will be matches even better than this upcoming one. But, I mean, this is going to be really sick. And I know that all these guys are going to go ham if France is going to win. Or France. But it's going to be tricky, man. Poland's very, very good.
I mean, if you think with it, in Europe as a whole, with Germany, France and Poland, these are the best nations in StarCraft 2.
Yeah, definitely Germany, France, Poland, like I
top
think
three, easily.
Top three,
yeah. So a big game. Holland, mate. Maybe they're just below the UK.
Like Hearts. What? No.
Hashtag running in the club. We're going to go to a very quick break, and when we come back, France takes on Poland. Wale!